Welcome to The Daily Quote, a podcast designed to kickstart your day in a positive way. I'm your host, Andrew McGivern, and today is September the 8th. Since today is International Literacy Day, it feels only right to dive into a quote about the power of books and the world they can open for us. Today's quote is from Jacqueline Kennedy, someone who understood deeply the importance of learning and imagination. She once said, "There are many little ways to enlarge your child's world. Love of books is the best of all." Now let's unpack that for a second. We live in a world full of distractions, quick fixes and screens that constantly pull our attention in a million directions. Yet Jacqueline Kennedy reminds us that if you want to expand your child's world, give them books. Why? Because books don't just entertain or inform, they enlarge. They stretch the boundaries of what we think is possible, opening doors to new ideas, new cultures, and new ways of thinking. If you're a parent, you know there are countless little ways to show your child the world. Taking them on trips, teaching them about life, or simply spending quality time with them. But Kennedy's point here is that instilling a love of books is like giving your child the ultimate toolkit. It's the gift that keeps on giving, because once a child loves to read, there are no limits to what they can explore. Every page of a book holds a new adventure, a new lesson, or a new dream. And here's the beauty of it. Reading doesn't just expand your child's world. It expands yours too. You don't have to be a kid. Whether you're rediscovering a childhood classic or reading something brand new, books have a way of reminding us that no matter how much we know, there's always more out there. On International Literacy Day, we're reminded that literacy is about far more than just the ability to read. It's about creating connections, fostering imagination, and building empathy. When you introduce someone, whether it's a child or an adult, to the love of books, you're essentially giving them the keys to the world. Now I know life gets busy and finding time to read can feel like a luxury. But think about it this way. Even a few minutes with a good book can change the way you see things. Just like Jacqueline Kennedy said, it's not about grand gestures. It's about little ways that make a big impact. Could you commit to reading just 20 minutes a day? It's not that hard. I've done it. The author James Clear wrote a blog post about this years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. If you only read 20 minutes a day, by the end of the year, that is 7,300 minutes worth of reading. The average person has a reading speed of about 238 words per minute. So by the end of the year, you will have read 1,737,400 words. Wow. A typical nonfiction book is around 60,000 words. So by the end of the year, you will have read 29 books in just 20 minutes a day. It works. And guess what? You are only committing to 20 minutes per day, but some days you will really be into the book you're reading, and you will read longer. So that's just the minimum. Imagine the knowledge and world expansion you can have if you read 29 books per year. Would that make your life better? And speaking of the little things that make life better, here's a fun one. Today also happens to be Hug Your Hound Day. Yeah, it's a day dedicated to our loyal four-legged friends who somehow always seem to know when we need a little extra love or comfort. Dogs, like books, have a way of grounding us in the present while making our world feel a little bigger, a little brighter, a little better. So after you're finished this podcast, go find your hound, or someone else's if you don't have one, and give them a well-deserved hug. After all, life is about those little moments of connection, whether it's with a good book or a good dog. That's it for today's episode. I hope Jacqueline Kennedy's words remind you to open a book today and maybe share the love of reading with someone else. And don't forget to hug your hound. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily quote to inspire your day. Until then, I'm Andrew McGivern signing off, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another daily quote.